What's up, folks? This is your man Jack Gill Podcast Show, and just talking tonight, just in general, just freestyle America. We divided. You got it starts from the top, and work is done to the bottom to a little guy like myself that trying to be an everyday American, blue collar worker. You go to work, you come home, you get with your wife, your kids, your grandkids, or whatever it is, grandma, grandpa. But America is so divided. Why is America divided? Who do we have to blame to be divided? I don't know. I just know it's so much stuff that goes on to keep us divided. It starts with our political people that throws out the little dog whistles out there to separate people. If you're poor, if they're trying to make policies or laws, if you're poor, the policy doesn't fit you. The policy only fits the rich. But I can tell you, our legislators, congressmen and women, senatormen and women, they don't have our best interests as being everyday Americans. People that are middle class or you are labeled as poor, they don't have your best interests. And it's just so amazing why. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I'm trying to figure out why they don't have our best interests in heart. It's amazing to me how things keep falling apart and why. I lost my camera somehow. I don't know why, but I did. Oh, wow. Let's see. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. See, can I get it back? Yeah, I'm going to have to stream again. For some reason, my camera dropped out on me. Oh, wow. Come on, camera. There we go. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened there. But that is the deal, folks, that what we are having, this political war, from the Bidens and the conservatives, Republicans are trying to impeach him to his son, trying to get him to federal charges or some job he had overseas, and come to find out that all that stuff didn't matter because it wasn't real. And that's the bad part about it, that those things did not happen. It did not work. So what are we supposed to do from that? What are we supposed to do from those kind of things? I don't understand it. Why we fight one another and going after one another. The divided America, the tick for tack America. What do you think? And what causes all of these divisions in America? We can go back to with 45, and I'm gonna go back to the Obama years. I'm actually before Obama, right? It's when Obama became president, and all hell breaks loose. The country started with a Tea Party, the uprising. Even myself, even working, and I worked on the road for many of years, 30 years, traveling to each region of a country, and each region of a country has their different views on why the country, you told it's going to take more than a nice suit to run this country. I mean, those particular dog whistles that comes out, and why? Why is that? When you go to work to your office and the flag is turned upside down, half staff, what does that tell you? And you found out who was really your friends because of a man of color that's most powerful man in the world, and the leader of the free world. So what was that big divide there? So we was just playing around with each other for years and years until we finally got a person of color to divide the country. Is that what we was waiting on? Or what is it? Because now all I see now is just so many bad things that's happening. No one actually care about what's going on, right? Because we go to work and we are in our little bubble and we don't think anything is happening. But you better pay attention to the political part of it. If you don't, you'll miss out. So do we do this just okay? I just wait till I vote, but we don't vet anyone. We just go and vote. We never decide to vet anyone. But you have to vet these people because now we are electing lunatics. Yeah, I said it. We are electing lunatics, and that is what divides this country. And it's a shame that we are being divided that way, and no one is picking up on it. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me not picking up on it because I really think that we have to at some time we have to pay attention to what is going on. And if you don't, you'll never get an opportunity to live the way you want to live because we were told, right? You work hard and you strap up your boots and you get married, you have a family, you buy your home, buy your car, you have kids and grandkids, and that's the American dream. But it doesn't seem like that's the way America wants us to go. Seems to me America is fighting the battle. Uh, should the rich get richer, or does the poor stay poor? So, what do you think about it? Is that the way you view America? That's the way I view America. Because any policy or laws that are written are not written for the middle class or the poor. It's only written to benefit and is put into law to benefit the rich. Check out our SCOTUS, right? Check those guys out and gals out. Those people are living such as the lavish lives, and I don't understand how 9 people controls 340 to 50 million people. That they make the decision to decide what is law and what is legal and what is not legal. Affirmative action. What a bad choice. Because now that everyone is finding out that are minority in this country that it just wasn't a black and brown issue. Now the other cultures or races are finding out that that same college that you thought that the black and brown people was getting privileged to go in on affirmative action has turned around and and went against you. So how do you think that works? It has went against you because you thinking it was only benefiting black and brown people. Now you are fighting and have the nerve to go and say discrimination. Now my kid that can't get into this college or whatever profession they want to get into because of discrimination, because you are allowed to go to the other side with the other people and got affirmative action banned. So you got to understand what's going on when we listen to these politicians, because they just like a good used car seller, they will sell you the best dream it is. And once they sit their tail in that seat, they can care less about the little man. All they're doing is enriching themselves. They can care less because if you don't vet these folks, they don't adhere to your issues, they don't care. Yeah, they'll listen to you, but they don't care about your issues because they have made it to where they want to be. They can sit there and ride out their position 6 years or whatever it is. They become instant millionaires. They don't care about the little man. You have to vet these folks, and the folks that you put in office are going to fight for your issues. You have to vet them. But the congressmen, congresswomen, they do not care about you. All they care about is enriching themselves and enriching their families because it's on both sides, Democrat, Republican side. They're not going to tell the big donors not to, they're not going to make any laws or any rules to stop the big donors and these big PACs that's supporting them because it's enriching them. That's been Democrat. Doesn't matter who's in control, Democrat, Republican. They can care less. America do not care about the little man. That's where the divide is. But we, as ordinary blue collar workers, don't understand. We are fighting amongst ourselves. We are making it a black and white issue in this country. Everything has to be, any policy, any law is a black and white issue for whatever reason. And that part of America I don't understand. What is it about making America great again? I need the explanation for the great that's making it great again. What's the explanation for it? What is it? Are we trying to go back to the Jim Crow era? Are we trying to go back to that era? So what is about making it great? Maybe if we get the definition of why we want to make it great again, maybe people will think about it, listen to it, and say, maybe that sounds good. Maybe we should go back to that area. But what is it? We have not gotten the definition of what's making America great again. That's why the divide is in this country. It's shameful that a nation as rich and strong as the United States of America has such a divide. It doesn't make any sense. I got mine. You have to get yours. Where is the empathy? Where is the people with hearts that don't mind helping people out? This country doesn't have any more empathy. Now, I don't know if it started when Obama became president, but it seems to me that was part of it. That you found out who were your friends and who was not. Looked at me a different way. That a man of color cannot be a leader. You finding it out now with 45, who's going through his battles now. He's finding out that he can't stay rich his whole life. He's been peppered, silver spoon, all in your days, right? Now the chicken has come home to roost, but everybody else is to blame but the person that is committing the offenses. Me. I mean, just look when he has his rallies and speeches. It's all about him. No policies. Nothing that he can bring into law that makes sense to anyone. He cried and moaned about the Affordable Care Act for 4 years. But just wait. We'll have one together in 2 weeks. Just wait. We still waiting on it, 45. Black folks had been ridiculed and the finger been pointed at for 250 years. And after that went down, it was Jim Crow for another 92, 93 years. Everything in America is divided, has to do with black and white. Why? Why is it that? Can we just all get along? Democrat, Republican. One rule is set for one side and one rule is set for the other side. Why? Just imagine if we all were one party, one Republican Party or one Democratic Party. Do you think anything would be different? Do you think anything would be better for your kids? The whole 350 million of us all are conservative Republicans. It's okay to be a Republican. I have no issue with you being a Republican or a Democrat or whatever you are. But it's the extremeness that goes along with it. Because one policy is made you don't like, now it's extremists, right? On both sides. On both sides. Only difference is Republicans are cold-blooded. They are cold-blooded. When they go low, Democrats wants to go even higher, right? We want to stay where we are. Won't fight back. Now, I vote Democrat, and it's only because the empathy in some of them. They don't mind sharing. Not sharing the and everybody think if you're a Democrat, it's all about the safety nets that are put up for everyone. these safety programs. Everybody think you're a Democrat, you are getting free things. And how is that being stereotyped in this society in America? If you do your research and understand why these safety nets were put up, they wasn't put up for the brown and black folks. If people think that. So when you look at a brown and black person that living in a nice home and has a nice job and has a nice family, they probably worked their ass off to get it. It wasn't given to them. If that's the way you think. There's no way that happens. But America, we are so divided. And I'm wondering why. It is amazing because you look at Biden, we goes through the idea of that he's too old to be a president. We go after him, his family, his son, who we know he's admit that he was kind of, out of there, doing things that he shouldn't have been doing. But then you look at 45, who really divided this country. And all of his issues are piling up on him. The things that he done to keep himself from going to jail. And I don't know about you people. I'm not here to advocate for anybody going to jail. It's just the way America has been structured. You look at the people that are trying to become lawmakers, do the right thing in this justice system. You got a DA, Alvin Braggs. You got a Letitia James, Attorney General of New York City. You got a Fannie Willis, the most powerful district attorney in the state of Georgia. But yet, those folks are being ridiculed for whatever reason. I don't know why. I thought the justice system was, if you break the law, you have to pay for it. Why can't a millionaire be held accountable for breaking the law? Is that the divide in America? Then you have a Fox News opinion station that keeps running what they're running with. Doesn't make any sense of the things that they run with. One-sided. MSNBC, one-sided. A little bit more partial than a Fox News. Fox don't give anything up, right? Everything Fox talks about has to be one way. You know who they are. They're conservatives. And everything has to be their way. Unbelievable. The divide in America. I can remember as being a little child, I won't say little, but teenage, even through my years, just visiting my grandmother on the weekend a lot. Visit her a lot. Visit her a hell of a lot. And my grandmother used to like to watch evangelists on the radio. You listen to them, right? You listen to them. Then some stations they had back in the day, you had the 3 or 4 stations, and if you had that, you had to get a damn piece of ball paper to make that work for you. Well, she used to like the 700 Club, the 700 Club, and as a youngster, I would sit there and watch that with my mother and my grandmother. And I thought the 700 Club was okay, right? Because the 700 Club used to give you testimonies of people that were down on their luck, right? Just almost out of it. Maybe someone got into a bad car accident, flipped over 15 times or whatever it was. But they survived, got out, walked away. They prayed, and God brought them back to full strength and health, abundance of funds, and financially blessed. Didn't know where their next meal was coming from, where their next light bill was going to be paid from. Those were the testimonies that the 700 Club used to do. Man, 2008, the minute a president named Barack Obama became president, the 700 Club did a 180. They went from being a station or a program that you could listen to because of the testimonies and all the great things that God was doing for people, until a political station to where they ridiculed and disgraced and tried their best to defame and destroy a man named Barack Obama. They started their show off with talking about how bad he was. You got to have more than a nice suit to run this country, and he's working for the Muslim countries and all kind of crazy stuff on the 700 Club. It went from being a place that people can listen to testimonies and things if you're a Christian that were good, until ridiculing a person, and they're supposed to be a Christian network. What is that called? And their platform was so huge, reaching millions and millions of people. And if you hear that all day, every day for 8 goddamn years, what do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna start hating people that looks like him because of their ridicule of a man. Fox News, same way. You keep telling people what they want to hear, what they want to hear, what they want to hear, with the big orders that they have. Of course, they're gonna think that's how America is. With those big platforms, that's how America becomes divided. Where is the empathy? Where is the humanity in these big platforms, national news media, that don't tell you the full story about America, the American dream? Only runs with gonna give them more views and more clicks, if you want to call it. Don't tell you the true story of a blue collar worker that's working his ass off to make a paycheck. Those stories are not told. It's almost as though they love things to go crazy and to happen so they can talk about it, as they running out of stories to tell the true American dream. Only in America that we can have a divide. The divide in America that tells us you need to be on this side of the aisle while I'm on the other side of the aisle. You can tell with all the fights and fussing that we have in our political wars. National news media love to show you the fights and the struggles that we have. Nothing to help the little man, the poor man. No policy, no legislation. It's all about let's impeach. Let's find the dirt. Let's investigate. Let's drive it home. Let's drive it home. Let's drive it home. Now we got a president. Memory is gone, but we didn't say a damn thing when the lady over in the UK, I guess it was Prince. What was her name? The prince over there. The princess over there. I'm quite sure she was older than President Biden. Queen Elizabeth. No one questioned her memory. But you want to question your president's memory. And special counsel her, what a big mistake you did. Keep waking up. Keep waking up, special counsel her. One day you will be called old. Unreal, this country. The divide. The divide that we have in America. Why? Why is it such a divide? We need that answer to find out, why do we have this divide? I don't know. Folks, I've been ranting long enough. This is Jack Gill Podcast Show. Appreciate you guys for listening and watching my rant. But I just love to understand why is the divide in America? Who can give us that answer? More and more aggressive. And where will it stop? Who's going to fix it? I don't know. But it has to stop. Some kind of way, somehow, this divide has to stop. Folks, that's been my time. And I appreciate you listening to me, listen to my rant. But you guys got to understand, you got to vet the people that you are electing as your lawmakers. You have to understand who they are. You need to start on your local level, go to your state level, then the national level. You need to understand what these representatives are stands for, because they do not hold your best interest. See, there has not been any talk about raising up the minimum wage, the rate of pay, right? It hasn't been any talk about that. All we concerned about is political tactics, concerned about a border that's been ran over ever since there's been existence of a Mexico-Texas border. That has never stopped. But Texas, where I live, we have this governor. He's all about it's more people that cross the northern border than it does the southern border a day. So don't let them bullshit you with that. The difference is there are brown and black folks coming from the south border. That's the only difference. Do not let them feed the divide in the United States of America. And I will still be waiting to find out what does great means in making America great again. Folks, that's been Mountain Time. This is your man, Jack Gill. Jack Gill Podcast Show, where everything is talked about. And remember, folks, don't let anyone tell you that you cannot succeed. You first must love yourself before anyone else loves you. Peace.